and have the patients still do well. Regarding are we still learning, we learn every day. Every time we do one of these transplants, you know, the experience in solid organ transplantation, in order to introduce a new medicine in solid organ transplant, it almost always is with the kidney area. And there are hundreds of patients that are exposed to these medicines before they're used in other organs. We have a handful of patients that have had hand transplants. We have not had the numbers that would really allow anyone to say this is the best way of doing it. So we are learning every time there's a transplant. We learn, and it's very difficult to take your experience with one individual patient and then apply that to everybody else, because there are so few numbers that you can't necessarily apply what happens to one to the other patients.
Are there any extra challenges of doing a liver transplant with a hand transplant at the same time?
Now, these were two separate recipients.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. So there were two separate donors. Two separate donors from two separate recipients. The Indiana OPO, Lynn Driver, as their executive director, was phenomenal in helping us get this moving in the Indiana side. Paul O'Flynn, the executive director of CODA, was instrumental in moving us forward with CODA. So again, this is a huge team, and we all have to work together to make this successful.
How much time do you have between when the donor gives you the hand to you have to attach it?
That fits.
Well, ideally, the nice would be instantaneously. We have the donor in one operating room and the hand in the other, but it's not. The hand is taken off, and then we put solutions in it and clean it out, and then it's put on ice. And so we feel that there's up to about 8 hours that you can do ischemia, and then if it's cold to minus 5 degrees centigrade, we've been able to put amputated arms back on, hands back on 36 hours after. So, but the crucial time is within 8 hours. We try to get it as soon as possible. And once they got here, it was about 3 hours before we were able to get the resupply.
Just to clarify, was the right or left hand?
Left hand was the one that was. He has the right hand. The left hand was the one that was attached. And I think I may have made a mistake, but I don't think I did. But our first one, Matt Scott, is actually out almost 12 years. He's the one we did in New Jersey. He was from New Jersey. And he's been working ever since he had his hand transplant. Any other questions or comments?
When he came to and he woke up, what was the first thing? I don't know if you saw him or you saw him first. What was the first thing he said to you out of his fog?
Said, "Hello, Dr. Coots." That's when I knew he was awake.
He said to me that he was very happy that he was moving his hand. He was able to move his fingers.
Yeah.
Those were the first things he said to me.
He saw him a little later than I did. I saw him right after he got his tube out of his throat, and then he.
So when he came in, and this was 13 years after his injury or something like that. Wasn't it a long time after his injury?
His injury was. Do you know?
1998 or something.
Yeah. 98, I think was. Yeah. The first one we did, Scott, was 15 years. The second one we did was 15 years after,
Okay, so he had the thumb and some wrist movement.
He had wrist motion, had a stump that had no sensation in it, and he had nothing from here on. So his hand was like this.
So on the new hand, did you keep the whole hand?
He's got his whole hand.
The new hand and just cut it to fit, or did
No. We put the new hand at the wrist level, which gives them a better function and cosmesis, etc. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Again, some of our team are here, and I congratulate them for helping us, and thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Well, just in conclusion, I just want to thank Dr. Marvin, Dr. Coots, the entire team. As we've always said, this is a team effort, and I don't think there's another program out there that can boast the depth of expertise that our team has, nor the experience, which was why I think this program has become so successful over the years. And Dr. Coots, a true pioneer in this field to this day, as one of the few surgeons that can say he's operated on 7 different hand transplant patients and 8 different transplants. And so we congratulate all the people that it took to make this transplant a reality. I think this is exciting for our patients. We're very thankful to the donors, as we said before, and I think this is a great thing for Louisville and our region. So we're very proud and happy that we can continue to support this program and look forward to the research and the things that we'll continue to learn as this program continues.